It should have shouted at you. Okay. So, yep, back down here. Now, sink in. One toe is up. Reach for the toe. If you want to peel that opposite arm up, absolutely peel the opposite arm up. But if something is screaming at you, make the adjustment. Breathing in, breathing out, swing center, cat and cow in the center. Lift the spine and drop the belly. Lift the spine, drop the belly. Lift the spine. Now let everything slide down toward the toes. Now I've got a wider stance here. We slide down toward the toes, but if you've got back issues, slide down into the seat of a chair, even the forearms in the seat of the chair. That way it takes the weight of the upper body off and you can really move into those hamstrings. And then start to move from side to side while you're down here and lengthen and bend, and lengthen, and bend. Big breath. Come center, bend the knees a lot, hands to thighs, and then back into, beautiful, lifting the toes. If you've got really painful heels, then make an adjustment. I don't want anybody hurting their feet, just so they can swing their hips side to side. Lift the opposite toe, reach for the toe. And then if that body will open, beautiful, open the body. However, if that's too much for the low spine, keep a grab on that thigh or come up the thigh some. Beautiful. Breathing in. Breathing out. Come center. Cat and cow one more time. Spine comes up. Spine drops down. Spine lift. Belly drop. This time press all the way up. When the body comes up, let the fingertips come up. Let the heels rise away from the floor. All right. So from here is where we're going to start this evolution today. Heels drop. Heels lift. Heels touch down. Heels lift. What other part of the body can you pull away from the floor and then gently settle down to help the rise? And drop. Last time. Lift. Drop the heels. Hands to hips. Toe heel out a little wider. And then just shift the hips. All right, so once upon a time, or as Zoe used to say, long a night, long ago, land far away. She was about that big. Evolution is a slow process. So we're going to start in the ankles. We're going to start in the hips. Once you get the shift of the pelvis, add the arms and see if you can evolve the posture. It's kind of like we're going to go from being amoebas to dinosaurs, and from dinosaurs to cave people, from cave people. I don't know, maybe I haven't evolved that far. Now, slide out to one side. Let the hip go. Reach. Touch the back of the head with the fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Get those cilia out. Other side. Float through the water. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And then touch the back of the head. Breathe it. Exhale it. Reach. Let the body float through your water. And then heels come in, drop down. Now we're into more than one body system. Shift back and forth. See how the knees feel. And at any point in this evolution, and some of this doesn't make sense for your body, just change it. Beautiful. Now pause in the middle, full goddess posture. Come way down into it if you can. But here's what happens is people do like this. Is it? Pull this in. There you go. Lock it in and try to get like you're a spy and you're sliding down between two buildings that were built really close to each other. Yeah, Spider-Man. Breathe in. Breathe out. One hand comes down on one thigh, reach over. So simple stretching at the moment, very simple. We can overcomplicate things. Sure. Turn this into something more complicated if you want to. Come back center. Oh, feel those thighs burn. Breathe in. Other hand drops, reach. And you notice I'm not being super specific with right hand and left hand. We got to evolve. You got to do what's best for you at the moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Center. Now slowly breathe in, rise a little. Breathe out. Breathe in, rise a little. Breathe out. Breathe in, straighten those legs. Breathe out, toes come forward. Notice what the simplicity did to the heart rate. Nice. All right. Heels, toes, heels, toes. Grab your chair. Put it off to your right side because we're going to evolve. With a chair back available to us, we can do a lot of things. So I have it so that the back is here and the seat is over here. Because if I'm going to reach out and I'm going to evolve, but this is as far as my body's ready to evolve today, then I use the back. If I'm ready to come here into the seat, beautiful. Those of you that don't need the chair at all, you know where you're going for your half moon posture. So find stability in the feet. Hands, palms open, thumbs roll up, chest is open, heart is proud. And evolution can happen in any one of your body systems at any time. So breathe into the pelvis. Breathe in behind the belly button. Breathe in right at the base of the sternum. Breathe in at the heart. Now lift the heels slightly away from the floor. Breathe in at the throat. Breathe in at the forehead. And then take both hands and plug them in right here with that Hakini Mudra with your fingertips touching. Right here at the crown of the head. Heels barely lifted. Breathe in right there at the crown. Heels land with a hard thump if they will allow. Ground yourself down into this posture. Open the arms up. Shift right. Left knee up and out. Plug in for your tree posture. You have a chair if you need it. If you want to pull all the way up and in, pull in, plug in. Woo, I'm going down. Press the heel and the ball of the foot into the leg and rise. So even if you're down here, feel everything kind of spiral in around the tip of the tailbone. Inhale, exhale. Now, see if you can lift that knee up and out, what I call the cosmic Captain Morgan. Breathe in, breathe out, rotate that knee forward. Hands come out and down, step wide. Turn the right toes toward the chair, arms parallel, bend the right knee. And you're going to come either into the back of the chair, the seat of the chair, or you're going to come way out into your stance, find the floor, and then come up into your half moon posture. So if you're here, simply shift, and then the forearm balances on the back of that chair. If you've got your camera on and you can see yourself, where's your leg? Could my leg be more parallel to the floor? If my shoulder hurts, I come down and find the hip. If you want to drop that top arm behind the body, that's going to bring heart space forward. Then be aware of heart space and breathe into it. Evolve the postures. Put that foot down, rotate the body back. And then little circles. Nice. Very nice. Other direction. So notice what you feel. So I'm like, okay, I followed direction as I did this, I did that, I did this. I got to this thing and I was holding my breath. So then where does that show up? Most people, it shows up in their shoulders or it shows up in their jaw. So breathe into the space that's tight. Pause. Good. And then either shift the position of your chair or turn around. You guys are good at doing spoken things. Drop the hands, sweep the arms out and up, touch those fingertips together over the crown of the head. Breathe from the pelvis all the way up through your spine center into the fingers. Drop it back down into the pelvis. Breathe, lift the heels. Exhale, put those heels down with a thump. Nice. And then we're going to evolve it a little more. So, centering, let the arms fan out, right knee up and out. So hands could go to hips, hands could go to chair. Find your tree. So if this is tree for you, ta-da! Okay. Maybe if you started yoga at 60, it's not going to come up into the thigh. Maybe if you started yoga at 60, your toe's going to be on the ground. So then there's an evolution of mind that has to happen. Well, I should be able to do this. Blah, blah, blah. No, thou shalt not should on thyself. Release that leg, lift out to the side. If you need to hold that chair, hold that chair. Yes, hold. Breathe in. Breathe out. Shift that knee forward. Yes. And then step wide. Turn the left toes toward the chair. Slice out. Bend that knee. And then here you go. You're going to shift into this held posture. I love to shift my palm into the seat of a chair because that gives me a really solid base. Then when I'm in the seat of the chair and I've got my foot firmly planted, I can then really squeeze into this top glute. I can bend my standing leg a little, and then I can really peel my chest open. I love a supported half moon. So then, I can see myself in my square. Where's my arm? Actually, I can look at it and see. So I've always been putting my arm out here thinking it was straight up, but I couldn't see it. So then I'm here. Oh, what if I lift my leg more? Breathe in, breathe out, bend, exit, lift, and regroup. Beautiful. All right. If you've got your chair, you're going to turn in toward the back of the chair. If you don't need one, good for you. I'm going to face in, arms open nice and wide. Collarbone spread, shoulder blades come together. So the belly likes to poke out. So pull it in just a little bit so it tucks right up by the ribs. Reach through the crown of the head. On the next breath in, lift those arms. Come into that Utkatasana squat. If you need support from the back of the chair, it's there. And the nice thing about that is because I can actually really press down and get my collarbones to come up. So I get the scoop in my lumbar spine. But if I can reach, nice, breathe in, breathe out, hands to thighs, shin, feet, or floor. Don't hit your head on your chair, forward fold. If you want to bring the hands onto the back of the chair and lengthen the backs of the legs, do that. This is the safest option, by the way. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, wherever you are, you're going to shift into your left foot. Take your right leg up behind you. So for those of you that really should be into the back of that chair or the seat of that chair, make sure you make your adjustment. Lift the leg a little more. Lift the leg a little more. Turn the toes out. Open the pelvis. Standing split. Breathe in. I know some of you are chuckling like, no way, no day. Not going to do that in this lifetime. Breathe in. Breathe out. Toes come down. Big squat at the bottom. Roll up. Find that Utkatasana of choice. back of the chair, hands lifted, breathe in, breathe out, thumbs drive all the way up, hips slightly forward, and then back down to your toes you go. So thighs, shin, feet. So in yoga, I consider anything below your hips your toes, just so you know that. Because for some people, this is as far as you're going to go. I understand. Vertigo, getting that head just here, makes for a bad day for some people. Shift into that right leg. Left leg comes up behind. Toes are currently down toward the floor. Then you lift. Then you lift. Then you lift. Then the toes roll out. The hip rolls open. Now, if you wanted to take it, I'm having a wardrobe malfunction. If you wanted to take it one step further, for those of you that are super flexible and super strong, grab that right ankle with both hands. If you're not going to do that, hang on to the back of the chair. Breathing in, breathing out, that foot comes down. Utkatasana squat, this time hands on thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, from here, I'm going to dive my hands, stuck on the battery pack back there, sorry. I'm going to dive my arms across the back of a chair, okay? So if you need to straighten your legs, straighten your legs. If you need to turn your chair so your hands are in the chair and your back is protected, then you're here. But you can sit way back with support. I like to throw my forearms across the back of the chair because then I can I can press down and get my collarbones up. Breathe in, breathe out, and then slide up. Walk toward the back of the chair. Lift the heart. Find a big breath for you. Find a big breath for evolution. Find a big breath for all of this is for a grain of salt. Just whatever. Do what you can. All right. Hands on hips. Those of you that aren't going to use a chair, all right, go forth, do good. I'm going to take my left hand, put it on the back of this chair. I'm going to shift into my left foot, and I'm going to kick my right foot across the front of my leg. For those of you that can come up across that thigh, come up across the thigh. Then decide how you want to sit into it. So this is a figure 4 posture, but I'm going to sit into it. Now I've got support from the chair. I can use both. If this ain't going to work for your knees, don't do it. Do a forward fold instead. Reach. You can test the balance with both hands. You could always sweep the hands behind the body, clasp the hands together. Whoop, I'm going down. Breathing in, breathing out. And then reach down for the back of that right thigh. When you lift, pull that thigh out to the side. Inhale. For those of you that can reach your toe, reach down. Extend out. So this posture is in this left glute. Squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, and then put it down. Big breath. Roll out. Nice, Mary. You got it. You got it. Good. Roll that ankle. Nice. All right, one more leg. Then we're going to sit in this chair. We're going to get our core on. You don't have to sit in the chair for it, but you can. All right, I'm going to switch so y'all can see. All right. Palms forward. Got my chair. Life is good. Sweep up. Find that little squat position. Oh yeah, we're way in the legs. Squat it. We're going to drop those forearms right down on it. We went through lots of motions before we got here last time, but that was so that the body could get the message, hey, we're going to this place. So here we are. Sit a little more. Belly on thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands to thighs. Cat and cow that spine before we do this next side. Nice. Let the spine bring you all the way up. Hands to hips. Shift into your right leg. I'm going to take that left foot across or above the knee. All right. Right hand goes on that chair. If you want to do the squat, you can do the squat. You don't have to do the squat. You can stand right there just like this. This is great for the hamstring area. Getting me that dimpling in the back of that thigh. Just hold that leg there. Otherwise, go on down in there. You're going to get a beautiful left hip stretch. Both hands, one hand, all the hands. Spot something on the wall if you're going to release. That way, woo, you've got that support. Breathe in. Breathe out. Start to rise. Lift that left leg out to the side. Hold there. So this is a good bicep workout. This is going to hold that entire posterior chain. Your shoulder blade is involved. Your erector spinae muscles are involved. If you can reach that toe, then you're up and out. And then it's a glute exercise. Breathing in. Breathing out. Nice. And notice it's easier on one side than the other. Fighting lots of things. Evolution. Bend. Release. Hands to belly. And around we go. Nice. Other way. All right. Let's snuggle with the chair or the floor. One or the other. All right. So if I'm going to come down into the chair, the nice thing about a chair is every time I lift a leg, I have to really firm up in that core. So if you're going to be on the floor, you're just going to be balancing on that tailbone. Those are always fun postures. I love those, right? So first, we're going to let the arms rise. That right knee is going to come up. So if you're on the floor, let's pretend I'm on the floor, then you're going to be doing toes down and you're going to be doing half of an upward facing boat. But for the chair, I got one leg up. Now see if you can't touch that opposite kneecap. Lift through the fingertips and then lift that foot away. Put it down. Take a breath. Opposite side, arms rise, left leg comes up, tip back if you're on the floor, half of that boat, lift and lift and lift, touch that kneecap, nice, send it back out, and then put it down, everything comes down. And then we're going to speed that up a little. Lift the arms, right leg, lift, touch, extend, and down. Left leg, lift, touch, extend, and down. Gorgeous. So if you're balancing on the floor, you can just keep your feet up off the floor. You could touch one heel to the other heel. Yes. We got two more. Lift, touch, extend, and down. One more. Lift, touch, extend, down, curl in. If you are on the floor, roll onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. If you're on a chair, let your head hang forward. Let your arms hang down by your ankles. Try to breathe. Inhale. Exhale. And then roll that body back up onto that tailbone we go. Arms sweep up overhead. Those of you in a chair, put your shoulder blades in the back of the chair. Upward facing boat, full upward facing boat. If you need to reach down and grab the backs of the thighs and really open that heart space, cool. So then we're going to evolve this posture. Yes. Take the soles of the feet, put them together. We've seen this a lot. Reach down, grab those ankles, let the knees roll open. If you're balancing on your tuchus, you can roll from side to side. Breathe in. Breathe out. And because it's fun, bring the toes up, grab the outside edges of the feet. If you can reach there, bring the toes up, See if you can smell the roses. And then grab either the backs of the thighs, the outsides of the ankles, or the outsides of the feet, and extend out. Now I will say, mother, please don't do this. My mom is on. Please don't do this. Just, I don't know, be pretty, be awesome. Think about all the good you've done in life. And then with a breath, release. Roll onto your back if you're on the floor. Otherwise, put your feet on the floor. If you're on your back, you're going to go into a happy baby. If you're on a chair, legs go wide, elbows come down. And then you're going to drop the fingertips toward the floor. I'm going to back up because I'm going out of the camera. Drop the fingertips down if they will go. If not, grab a pillow to put down there or a footstool. And then let the upper body drop where it wants to go. If you're in a regular happy baby, roll around on the back side of the spine. Maybe straightening and bending the legs alternately because it's fun. Next breath, we roll up. If you're on your back, curl back into that ball. Gather all the knees together as if you had like 45 of them. Bring the right knee in, send the left leg out. Now I've got my shoulder blades in the back of this chair. You guys on the floor are just going to keep your back on the floor. Little wind relieving posture. It works, I promise. Curl the nose toward the knee. Lift that left leg a little more. Inhale. Exhale, left leg bends. You put that foot on the floor. Right leg comes across the top of the thigh. Shift up, figure four posture. Now we've already done this posture, but we did this posture like this. Okay, so now you've got support. So there's a difference because if I'm really firing off my hamstrings and my quads, holding a balanced posture, I'm really not going to get much in the hip. But now, I like to call it like a cheetah hanging over that branch of a tree. Get those arms out beyond. And if you're on your back, you're simply pulling the legs in toward the chest for a figure four posture. Y'all know how to do that. Find your breath. Because how's your day going to evolve from here? Are we going to do the same thing we've always done in the exact same patterns because we like the comfort of what we've created? Or are we going to do it a little different? Roll that body up. Open the body back on the floor. Left leg gathers in. Snug it way in. Extend that leg out. Wind relieving posture, opposite side. Shoulder blades touching down first. Nice core work here. And then curl the nose in toward the knee. Find the breath, find the stability. And how is this going to lend to your evolution? Maybe it needs to be a revolution. Da, 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 da. Put that right foot on the floor. Drop that left ankle. Lift. Lean forward. If you're on the floor, just pick everything up and roll it into that chest. Upper arms over that shin if they'll go. Otherwise, arms on the shin. Thanks for hanging in there today, guys. You're doing a beautiful job. Find the breath. Next breath that comes in, we're going to roll back up. If you're on the floor, go ahead and lay yourself out. Yoga nappy time, Shavasana. If you're in a chair, find a comfort space. Or if you're in a chair and you'd rather be on the floor, you can throw your feet up into the chair. See you, Jenny. You can always turn around, throw your feet up in the chair, or just find a meditative space. Nice long spine. Lengthen the back of the neck, no matter where you are. And then back into the chakras. So those of you that don't know a lot about the chakras, that's okay. We did those breaths where we breathe into the pelvis, then the belly button, then. We'll do that again here. All right. Take a deep breath into the pelvis. It's your very center of home and safety. Breathe right into the space behind the belly button. It's the home of your feelings and your right to feel your feelings. Breathe into the base of the sternum. Your right to be exactly who you want to be and experience joy. And the true nature of exactly who you are. Breathe into the heart space. Because you have the right to give love to whomever you want to give love and receive from whomever you want to. Breathe into the throat. Feel the air as it moves through the passageway. So that maybe the truth will become clear today. You'll know the truth of what's spoken and what's heard. And breathe into the space right between the brows, so that you might know universal wisdom and find your true connection to God. And into the space right above the head. Breathe right up the column of the spine, right out the top of the head. Because you have a right to be connected, soul to spirit. Use that space like a buoy for a few minutes of silence. So if the body is ready, allow a little bit of a deeper breath to sip in. And consider your own evolution, not just through movement, but evolution of soul and evolution of spirit. Evolution of your own humanity. How are you evolving? Is there a space in which you would like to move? A higher, more potent version of yourself. Believing is knowing. And if there is a more amazing version of yourself that you can imagine, know that you can move there. Believe it. And allow the next breath to fill you with the possibilities. Not only of the mind or the body, those are the easy things. The soul and the connection. The next breath draws in and sighs out. And just notice how you've evolved in the last hour or so of your life. Next breath draws in more deeply. Sigh it out. Next breath leaves with sound. Inhale. Ooh. May you evolve in all the ways you think are possible. May it be gentle. And if it's not, may you still handle it with grace. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you, guys. I love you. I'll be back Tuesday. I'll unplug so you'll